What is up? Risk takers! Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I am a top grandmaster playing Risk, Global Domination. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to the channels and come along the ride with me. We're playing Europe Advanced Progressive Capitals. The Risk meta settings, you know them, you love them. Here we are yet again on the field of battle. So what do we got? We got options today. Okay, so you have a Madrid Blizzard, you have a Naples Blizzard splitting the 2 line. You have a Egypt Blizzard splitting the bottom line. We have a split on the 4 line, and we have a split on the Noob corner. So we got Noob corner is a 2-point into Russia into London. Bottom line is fundamentally split, so we do have a 1-3 pocket. So we have a 1 and a 3. Magenta would like to cap that. That makes my cap in Greece a lot worse, but not impossible. Then we have a basically truncated 4 and 5 line out of the corner. So split Orient, split Africa, split Italy. Split Italy? Okay, so where do we expect See, I wonder if Magenta sees that. Green doesn't see Magenta there. Can I pay that off? Maybe I cap here and go for Splorient, actually. In the hopes that nobody else wants it. Or I go for Noob corner if nobody's there. I think the 3 in Marseille is fine, but it's not. I like Greece here, even though it's a neighbor cap. So if you're new to the settings, folks, rule number 1 on these settings is don't cap in corners. Rule number 2 is don't cap in Iceland. And I guess we're not going to be double neighbor capping. So I could cap in Iceland. Do I want to break a rule? I think this 3 leaves me with the most versatility. So let's go with that. Rule number 3 is put troops on your capitals. I kind of have an honorary rule 4, which is don't neighbor cap if you can avoid it. And rule 5, put troops if you're in the later seats. Pick your cap on a 2 or a 3 because of the potential of it getting rolled. So what are we dealing with? We don't see red's capital. We do see white, green, and magenta. Do we also see black? Come on, black. What do you like? Okay. Black likes middle. So, I mean, maybe, unless red is in London, maybe I get noob corner then. Yeah, red's not in London. Cool. I'll go for noob corner. Because I'll have tempo on black. Black's probably busy. Black most likely takes generic Alps underneath him. Do we see this 4 get popped? We won't see it. Does he hit again? He does hit again. Okay, so how many troops come back to capital? Not many. What I expect to see is I expect to see green get their cap back and then fort the 3 in. Oh, no. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so my open is essentially stymied by this guy. White is going to take my 2 out, so I won't even be able to snipe the magenta cap. White's going to try and go for 2+4s in this open. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I hope the 2 live so that I can actually pop that. Fuck. It's crazy dice. Okay, so my open is totally fucked by magenta getting a roll on the cap and then green going into a piece of the board that he shouldn't be. Yeah, too bad for you, I guess, green. But, you know, I wouldn't be mad at me. Go away. And black, I would figure, takes this. You should have just tried for your cap back. Because you had a 3 there. You see how he flags? Yeah, sorry, man. If red's not in the noob corner, that means I'm in the noob corner. Maybe white rolls my cap here. I would hope that they would roll one of the 2 magenta caps in the bottom. White also sees black cap there. I figure black is taking this. Maybe black is double breaking white, though. Slowing white down. All right, red on 10, so red Spain. Let's see which way they go. Probably this way, see my cap, or this way into Africa. Be bad for magenta. Or works on a split position. Okay. Split position is fine by me. Magenta holds 2 capitals. And they can radiate out into Africa or Greece. Yeah, there we go. Just a single? Yeah, that goes on which end? Okay. Green hopefully doesn't continue slowing me down. Looks like they will. Okay, what do they break? Black? Okay. Black or white? Okay, hopefully black or white. Yeah, white got double broken and quit. Oh, wow. Greedy open for white didn't take. So black will be strong then. So we'll have black, red, magenta, and me off of a Marseille cap. Does red decide to fuck around? Does red continue investing in a split position? And we see what black has. Black has Germany. Which way is black going? Into the east? Or into the south? Turn 3. Red holds Spain, but nothing more. Did not expand his turn 2. Yeah. No, red has 2 caps, but no bonus. What? Don't go up and break me. Red doesn't know where my cap is yet. He's going to go up and break me. Don't care for this at all. Go down. Yeah, down is better. Sees my cap now. Sees he can't take France. And now he's going to break black. Yeah, we knew where you were. We knew where you were. This is okay. This will protect me from the bot. It's looking okay. Yeah, 2 caps, no bonus for magenta. And he's MIA. I'm fine with this scenario. And we all get to enjoy 60 seconds of magenta and his shitty connection. Once I get to the 2 point, what do I do? I should probably connect to my capital at some point as well. Maybe I just take France? I don't know. Yeah, this makes sense for magenta. All right, so magenta and red are going to be each other's way. Yeah, and green. Continue to put troops in the middle. Hopefully breaks black. Would be lovely if you did. And the 3 makes it easier for me to take that bonus. Great. Okay. So we're going to come off the 2 and go pop, 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 and into Russia. Maybe put like one troop on our cap, but it should be fine. This is white's capital now. I could go for it in Dinarides. I just want all this bot material surrounding black. Okay, so we have 2 4s holding down an uncapped noob corner. Lovely, that we don't attach to. No, black does hold. Very nice for black. I had a lot of bot material, more protecting me than threatening me, which is nice. I feel like I have 2 real opponents and 1 clown in magenta. Red didn't actually seem all that great, though. Is black going to go for the +8? Okay. We probably can't let that hold. Maybe we can. Maybe it's best to not start a war with black yet. And just clean out this bottom. How much green bot do we think is left? Oh, you took all of Russia too. Okay, well, that's not going to be allowed. I can't let you have all that. So we're going to go hui hua. Absolute hui. Red on 15 tells us what? Red's here. Red pivoted from here to here. Okay, so magenta's going to be a problem for red. That means I have to be a problem for black. Because black and red are allowing each other to hold in the middle. And red says, traitor. Okay, so does that mean he's going to betray? Maybe goes up into noob corner, but I don't think so. Okay, and then goes MIA. The fuck? You emote traitor in draft step, and then your connection sucks again. All right. Well, I guess it's up to me to deal with black. Magenta's still on 7. No way to get 8. No way to get to that end of the split position. So I guess my move will be to not feed kills. Just very aggressively attack black. I also shouldn't open this, because I don't want his cap to be open to me. I'll come down on this line. Like that. Okay, and the bot sets on 3. Is that going to be a problem for me? Green exists elsewhere, which is good. White on 7. White has a bonus, but no cap. That's my guess. I think red has 2 caps. Magenta has 2 caps, would be my best guess. Oh, there's a cap there. Whose cap is that? That's red's cap. Okay. So red has Spain, but there's no cap in there. He sets on 3 to fuck up my shit. That was entirely unexpected. Yeah, and the lucky set on 3. Ay. Unfucking believable sometimes. Okay. Well, I certainly don't trust Magenta to be able to deal with this. He breaks me, but he doesn't take anything of his own. Yeah. Okay. Red says bought it, but they still have France. So red also is working on a split position as I am. At some point, we're going to see this bot take over and it's going to start taking cards. I mean, I'm surprised to see, knowing that black cap is here, that we're not getting breaks. But that 9 might hit my 4. Please hit black. Please break black. Break black. Okay, we're close to the green kill there. What the fuck is Magenta even doing in the bottom? Just holding 2 capitals. He's getting beat on by a bot. Okay, so set, retaliate on black. The set is fucking small. Do we take the 8 trade here? We do take the 8 trade. We need kind of our tempo. That it for green. Is it worth to kill green? Will black see that? If it hits one more. Okay, hopefully doesn't see it yet. We don't know if he has that territory or not. All right. My hope here is that Germany is broken. I kind of need to hit red. But I also just need to stop black. Maybe he comes in off the top line again. No, Germany was broken. Good. So black's on 2 caps, magenta's on 2 caps. We have all the caps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We don't think red is coming back. We're in a 3-player game against black and magenta. And break the new corner, fail the break. Yes. Nice try. I think I'll have the green bot kill here. Black's attacking a lot. Is that off their cap? They're attacking down. Okay, well, that doesn't connect. If you don't have enough troops on your capital, you lose it. He's going to connect into himself. We're back there. Nope, he's going to over-attack. Okay. I'm less worried about this now. This is going well for me. Let's get the green kill. Maybe green into white. Hopefully red is keeping magenta in check. I think green into white is the line. So we're going to come off the 2. We're going to go 1, 2, and then up and around. And we're going to see if we don't get the green kill. Yeah, magenta hasn't been able to expand. Okay, maybe there's something there in Africa. Some piece of green or white. Okay, so let's get to the 10. Who has 3 capitals? Black? Black probably has this. The white cap. 1, 2, 3. And don't knock the 2. Knocks the 2. Okay. Okay. We still got it. Right? We still got it. And white is only here. White sets on my capital. Of course they do. Is that only it? Is that it for white? Crazy. All right. So my play is to kill green, set, and rock black's world. He's only on 2. So him setting early to keep me off was a tempo play, but it didn't take. Yeah, he's going to sit on black's capital. Great. So black is now very slowed down. And check this shit out. Okay. Was it white that had the 3 caps? Does black have nothing? Is black almost dead? I think he might be. No, he has a cap. Which cap? Dinarides. Black's on Dinarides. Yeah. And up to break. Poor black. GG, man. Dallas Risiku. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry I'm brutally beating on you. But it had to be done. Red remains a problem for magenta? No. They're also going to be a problem for me. Fair enough. We'll kill black and then deal with magenta in the bottom. Okay, 14. So magenta finally has this. So they're going to clear Spain now. Maybe feed me the red kill if they overattack. Nope, just chip. Magenta plays very passive. Do we think the white kill is on the table? Probably worth going for. Well, after white deletes all those troops, let's give it a shot. I just don't want to fail it. I don't overextend and fail a kill here. I think we got it. Let's just keep it open in case. Okay, good. Good. Can't be it for black, can it? Might be. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we have a lot of troops lined up on the red kill. Let's clean that one up. All right. Now magenta could have a set. We need some amount of troops on our capitals, don't we? But we don't open the other one. Excellent. Nice clean finish. I like that a lot. All right, Sets gets the 40. Can he cap run? He can. Let's see if he knows where all the caps are. He is not trying for cap run. Okay. Go. Okay, maybe it comes back around. Break. Either you or me, bud. Oh, he's attempting to break bonuses as opposed to cap running, which is good. Okay. Oh. Just not enough. GG, man. Oh, excuse me. And he goes MIA. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see, friends. We know he doesn't have a set. We don't open the caps. Perfectly contained in the bottom. GG. To General Wild, who does not want to witness his own defeat. We have a question today. You guys have questions for me? You want me to do a Q&A on the show? Put your questions in the Q&A thread on my Discord, and I will answer them on the show. I love questions. Questions show that you are trying to learn something, which I really do appreciate. I'm very sort of passionate about learning and knowledge myself. I'm kind of infinitely curious. And this question comes from Mog. Mog says, Pete, you know me, avid watcher of the great Peachman for many moons. Well, thank you, sir. My question is fundamentally a perspective inquiry of two layers. When I look at Risk in the game that takes place, I see it as a microcosm of the larger world. For instance, what's at stake globally with the WEF and the poly crisis they created, or the wars that abound, currently setting the stage for World War III. Okay, that got heavy, bro. Everyone has a game mode they play, whether it's in the game or real life, a style or behavior they follow. What is your take, not on the global climate, but on the leaders and actors controlling the narrative when viewing it through the lens of a Risk match? What players do you see in your real life? I could go on for hours about this, but I'm dying to know your view. Thanks, bro. Love you like family. GG. Oh, man. Love you too, buddy. Okay, so let's try and answer this question as best as we can. So the first thing is, I see it as a microcosm for the larger world. For instance, what's at stake globally with the WEF and the poly crisis? I honestly don't know this term, so I'm going to look it up. WEF poly crisis. World Economic Forum. We're on the brink of a poly crisis. How worried should we be? Okay, so this looks to me like, boom, my propaganda alarm goes off. I go, what is the purpose of this article? Why are they giving this thing a name? Why are they making it so that I should feel worried about it? So the very first reaction I have, the very first part of the answer I have for you is, when I look at this, I go, wow, intense propaganda. We're on the brink of a poly crisis. How worried should we be? Well, the assumption is already being made that we should be worried. What the fuck is a poly crisis? Okay, so we see a forest fire. So I'm guessing it's environmental. The world is facing connected risks that threaten a poly crisis, cost of living crisis, most immediate and severe global risk. The cost of living crisis, as if that isn't engineered by these exact people, the World Economic Forum. Climate-related risks, yeah, also could be mitigated on a design level. Okay, your question just takes me down what appears to be a super deep rabbit hole. A poly crisis could have catastrophic consequences, including armed conflict. Okay, so war, climate, cost of living. So I'm guessing what the definition of poly crisis is a confluence of, or a convergence of risks that result in sort of an emergent catastrophe that we should be worried about. The reason I'm trying to get this definition is because I want to understand where you're coming from. Yeah, they created, exactly, the poly crisis they created. It did seem like the WEF is making us worried about something that they they are engineering on some level. Setting the stage for World War III? I hope not. I also want to chime in on that. So that's fear-mongering, and I don't like it. When I was young, the world I grew up in was at the end of the Cold War. We were in the Western countries, we were triumphant. The 90s were truly this sense of limitless optimism about the future. It was a very sort of nurturing time for children, families. I found it to be, and don't get me wrong, I'm very blessed, and I know I'm very blessed. So I understand and recognize that I was born into a specific society in a specific point in time, and I am very grateful for that. But my takeaway from that is that the shift in the zeitgeist in our culture that I've noticed in the forthcoming 40-something years has been the complete loss of that optimism and a common sort of just, for lack of a better term, expectation of future calamity. Now, how much of that calamity is certain? We, you and I, as humans, build the future. If we are certain that, say, World War III is coming, we will create it. So I want you, the way I'm kind of answering your question is I want you to be very careful about what you pay attention to, and moderate your catastrophic news diet with at least as much optimism. Not necessarily because it is certain that the world will be good in the future, but more that it is a more relevant and interesting question for you and your well-being, your future well-being, to discuss and think about and linger on how to build a better future, as opposed to how to protect yourself in fear of the future. So the actual question, what is my take on the leaders and actors controlling the narrative when viewing it through the lens of a risk match? I don't think the risk analogy here works a ton, because the power imbalance between the people that you use the word leader here, and I certainly don't, but I'm not going to quibble about. The way I think of it is this: I'm not particularly conspiratorially minded. What I think is, imagine that there are groups of incredibly wealthy, incredibly powerful people who have vested interests in benefiting themselves, in maintaining their power and increasing their wealth. Imagine what those people would want. Try to empathize with that, right? A lot of the conspiratorially minded people think, Bill Gates is going to make the frogs gay, or they're trying to, cause us, they're trying to cause depopulation or whatever. I think all of that is based on fear. I think it is far more likely that these incredibly powerful people that you use the word leader for, and I certainly do not, it's more likely that they just don't care about you at all. So let's take our narcissism and put it aside and say, I'm not even an ant to these people. I'm invisible. I don't exist. I'm able to have a free speech conversation on YouTube about this because they're so unafraid of my opinion that they don't even need to censor it. What kind of players do I see in my real life? I see people like you and I. I think your opinion matters. I think your viewpoint matters. And I think what you pay attention to matters. And it matters not only for the color of your life and how you emotionally experience it, it matters for the type of future that you want to build. So given that I am the man with the microphone, and given that some amount of you are still listening to me talk, I will say this. We all have a duty, and we all have the power to build some amount of the future that we want. And I think we owe it to ourselves, we owe it to that future, we owe it to each other, we owe it to our children, to not go forth in fear, but to critically, intentionally, and carefully build the future that we want to live in. Polycrisis. Be afraid. Be so afraid that you need to fill that gap in your life by consumption. Be so afraid that you need to buy. Be so afraid that you need to desperately scroll on your phone, right? Don't connect with people. Don't have intelligent conversations. Fight amongst yourselves. Pretend that liberal and conservative are things that exist, and then fight about it infinitely so that you cannot actually address those very few, very rich, very powerful people, so that they may remain that, and you might remain subjugated. That is what I have to say about it, Mog. Very great question. And as you, I'm sure there's a ton more we could say. Defeating Black was a Master G, Dallas. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. That was just kind of for Black, that game was just a tragedy of disconnects. I was able to get tempo on him, and he wasn't really able to get it back. Defeating 1 novice, 2 beginners, an intermediate, and a master. Thank you all for watching this video, and don't worry about the future. Or do, but be excited for it too. I love you. Thank you. And for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.